Good morning, forecaster Jimmy O'Neill, and here's our latest weather forecast from the KMET Weather Center. For the Beaumont and the Banning area, daytime hours, expect mostly sunny skies, highs upper 50s. The afternoon hour in the IE area will give us sunshine, highs lower 60s. Afternoon hours in the Coachella Valley, sunshine dominates, highs upper 60s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KBT.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Good to have you with us. We've got a lot of things going on. It's a pretty cold winter over here in the LA, San Bernardino, Riverside area. I know a lot of chill, so if you're going out, make sure to wear something warm. I know I went out the other day and I was like, wow, people are like dressing like they're in the mountains. It's a chill, cold winter-ish time. I know February's around the corner and people are going to be planning for a lot of things there. I know Applebee's doing some specials over there as well, and they got some really good things. We'll talk about that. Also, we got other news. And I will say this, there is an update on something that we talked about, Jess. And this is one where I say, okay, you know, when people are kind of like covering their tracks, you go, what way do they do it? And then what do you find along the way? This was a story, I think. This is the headline. Let me read it, Jess, and then you can figure out how like. So this happened. This is a top headline. Yeah, this is the one that we talked about that disappeared all of a sudden, and then we theorized some things about like how she went missing, Jess. And this is the New Year's one that the woman went missing, and then they went and then they found like $400 worth of cleaning supplies, right? Like a receipt. Do you remember that, Jess?
I remember that, yeah, where he ended up like Googling how to get rid of dismembered body parts, and he did a lot of wrong things. But yeah, okay, did an update on that one?
You skip forward to the answer here. It says, husband accused of killing, I didn't see that, by the way, of killing, dismembering wife, allegedly Googled 10 ways to dispose of a dead body. 10 ways to dispose of a dead body. So yeah, you're right, Jess. Did you see this article without me?
I read, to be honest, I read a lot of things and I don't really know what I talk about, so it's all like I don't remember.
Got it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Because I'm like, shoot, you beat the news headline. Anyway, yeah. But this is the one where she went missing, and people had an idea, including me. I was like, okay. And then there's some information some days later. And I'm like, okay. But I thought, okay, New Year's, people party. Maybe she partied with a person. Maybe she went missing there. Work kind of called it in and said, hey, she isn't, like, where's she at? And then I don't know what his response was. I think he said something. Anyway, long story, it's going to be hard for this guy to get out. I could say that. This woman, this is the one where they said, like, he had done some things, like, in the past. I guess it's in his background, and he kind of, like, something, I don't know, like kind of, I forgot the word that they used, but, like, he was kind of, like, doing some stuff that were underhanded, right? So, situation, this is the lady, okay? Hopefully I can bring it up here. And she's, you know, just kind of normal, right? She kind of looks like a friend, I'll be honest, that I know, but she's not the person, but they look similar in some pictures. But that's her, okay, with her ring, married, right? And this is like one of her photos on her Facebook account, right? So she's the one that went missing. A lot of you remember this. Well, evidently, they do a quick little investigation. He Googled searches like how long before a body starts to smell. Just, I don't know what to say about this. How many days does it take to smell, by the way? He Googled how to stop a body from decomposing. That's a pretty good one, Jess. You know, you got that situation going on. You kind of Google got the answer. How to embalm a body. Okay, you could claim, I'm looking for a job. It's very hard out there. And what's the best state to divorce? Why did he look for that there then? Like what priority was this? Did he look for that before he got rid of her, or did he look at this out? Like what happened, Jess? What happened?
Whether he looked at it before or no, it had to be looked at it before because I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, so has this guy never heard of like wiping away your browser history or anything like that? This is the worst criminal ever. If he is,
Like you're like, dude, clear your history. Yeah, it says he also Googled dismemberment. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, when you're that guy, that makes sense. What happens when you put body parts in ammonia? I told you. Nobody goes all of a sudden and gets like $400 worth of cleaning stuff. That's a red flag, man. And that's how they found him, by the way. I think they were like, and then they looked and they go, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Why would you, a guy, be like all of a sudden cleaning when she went missing? Are you like, I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and catch up on spring cleaning in the dead of winter? That doesn't make sense. So this is the one where I think they found her in the basement, I think, or they found some stuff in the basement. I forgot what the situation is. Anyway, this is the guy. I guarantee he's gonna be like, no, you have it all wrong. but they've released his info. I guarantee the guy next to it looks like Tom Cruise defending him. Anyway, so that's him. That's him, right? Let's see. This is according to prosecutor. This is part of the. This is part of the like like dun dun the Law and Order case. This is what they're saying. Like this is our evidence, man. It's pretty obvious. There were Google searches for hacksaw best tool to dismember. Oh, that's so evidently she was. I would assume. I would look at the time. Like what were the times? I don't know, as a defending attorney, how you would defend this guy with that type of thing. Like, look, man, that's a normal thing to go ahead and search, like maybe he thought somebody else did it. How would they do it? That would be a defense. That would cause probable, like, I wonder, right? Oh, man. And then, and this one, can you be charged with murder without a body? I guess he's finding out. Oh. Yeah, let's see. There was a bloody knife. Another knife were found in the basement of the Cohasset home. That's where prosecutors said police recovered 10 trash bags containing. I want to know why, right? Why did he do this? Okay. What was the lead up? What's his claim? I mean, it's obvious. I don't know this, this lady, I saw her picture a couple times. I said, okay, all right, I get it. There's something there. I honestly thought she went with a guy somewhere else. That's what I thought. I thought she went with the guy. But evidently she kind of like wanted to get away from, according to some stuff. Now, according to this, and I'm glad the investigators got really quick on this. Anna was reported missing by coworkers in Washington on January 4th. This is when it came up on my news headlines after that, or on January 5th or January 6th. But I had my own like idea. We always theorize, and I had my own idea. I really thought she went off with a man. I didn't see the guy that she was with. I'm like, all right, New Year's, she's not with her husband. Obviously, she's with a guy. A lot of women do that, and they go missing, and then they show up like days later because they're embarrassed about who they went with, and they kind of got, like in it. Then they have to return to life, and life kind of calls them back. But this really happened, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold on my thoughts about that. What do you think, Jess?
my problems with talking about stories like this and then theorizing stuff, it starts to be people will look at you and be like, you thought a lot about this, haven't you?
I have. I do. I think we all do. We see like one of those things, and you ask women, like, look at that picture. What do you think? I've asked that before. And they go, well, this, that, and the other. I'm like, it's interesting. You're actually right on. So yeah, they saw a surveillance video of the husband wearing a medical mask and surgical gloves, purchasing $450 in cleaning supplies with cash at a Home Depot in nearby Rockland. Okay, so that's kind of the thing. Now this is interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Walsh was wearing a monitoring bracelet as he awaited sentencing. Oh, this is interesting, Jess. This is interesting. It gets better. For selling fake Andy Warhol paintings to an art buyer in California. Oh, that's a local story. He was under arrest, house arrest, but was allowed to leave home for things like doctor's appointments and grocery shopping. Oh, this is the thing. People forget about this. I say if you committed anything, you might as well go ahead and confess. They might get you like, a home program, right? Like that little monitoring thing. And then I don't know why. Oh, I know why he couldn't say it. But how did he get his wife? So I wonder Did she go out when he didn't know? Oh, that's how they figured out. He was like they call him a fraud or something like that. Um, so he was under house arrest, allowed to leave home for things like doctor's appointments and grocery shopping. You were allowed that? That's not prison. I don't think so. That's not prison. Police conducted a sweeping search at a Peabody landfill. The landfill was the destination for a dumpster that was outside his mother's apartment. Well, he went next level, Jess. He had visited his mom in the days following his wife's disappearance. That's good. At least he, hey ma, how you doing? I don't know how do you do that, Jess? You just got rid of someone and now claimed he went shopping for her. I don't know if it's his mother or his wife. I don't know. Police found no receipts from the stores he mentioned. Interesting. Investigators have not recovered a body. Aw. Brian and Anna Walsh. This is sad. I didn't see this. 3 children. They have 3 children, Jess. Norfolk District Attorney Michael Morrissey said Anna Walsh's disappearance was the second case of domestic violence his office has seen in recent weeks. Wow, it's a thing. Don't go to that area. Morrissey said, our thoughts are very much with the families these crimes have left behind. Brian Walsh is being held without bail and is set to return to court on February 9th. Well, you know what?
You want to know what I learned from this story?
What did you learn, Jess?
So who's the one that started to notice that she's missing? The coworkers?
Yeah, they were like, she's not here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, make sure you have a lot of friends that you talk to every day so stuff like this happens. I remember a story about this older woman. She needed some help, and the police came down to help her with something, and they noticed a femur bone on the ground.
Okay.
So they're all like, man, why is there a femur bone on the ground? She's like, oh, I don't know. And then they end up testing it, and it turns out it was her husband.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, okay.
So she was all like, yeah, he died, and she didn't know what to do with the body. What happened was he apparently had a heart attack while feeding the pigs, and by the time she got to him and realized he was passed away from the heart attack, large chunks of them were already gone from the pigs. So she's just like,
she fed him to the pigs, is what you're saying, in essence. Like, that doesn't just happen. I know people that have pigs. Pigs have to be almost trained to eat human. They do. There's movies on it. It's a weird thing. It's also a horror story, but it's one of those things. Okay, go ahead, Jess. So what else happened?
Yeah, she was just saying, yeah, he was too big to carry away, so she just let the pigs do their job and just eat him away.
She actually did.
Yeah, she was like, he was too heavy and it was too much of a pain to call anybody, so she was like, I'll just leave him there.
I wonder what he did to like make her upset. You know what I mean? He did so. This is why I say you got to be careful, man. Don't cheat. Don't like. There's certain women that you just don't. Okay, if you're in it for life. You know what I mean, Jess? I would be like, if I knew someone was like, in a relationship and they were like, I really hate this relationship, I want to get out, I'd be like, just leave it. Just leave it. Like get out now, but don't go see another woman in the meantime, because your woman's a little like that. I could see that happening. Like, and if you had like a bunch of like animals, I'd be like, you see that Pomeranian? That Pomeranian's going to eat you at some point. She's just going to leave you in the room with the Pomeranian's not going to have anything to eat. The Pomeranian's going to eat you. Do you remember in that scene? I think it was in, Superman Returns, where the little dogs ate, like, the woman. Do you remember that? And they were like they were cute Pomeranians. And I'm like, oh, they're so cute. And then the next one, they were like, that happens, Jess. Pomeranians eat their owner if they got nothing else to eat, because they, they're canines.
I do not remember that, but I could always show you a scene that would make you scream. I remember it had to do with someone who passed away, and there were a lot of cats. And cats need to eat. So
they all do, man. They're animals. So they're like, there's meat. I'm hungry. All right, we got to take a break. I'm sorry. See about Applebee's around the corner. We got to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. Stay tuned.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today. Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing in Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing in Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing in Banning.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I will say, I'm not sure if Bill's on the line or maybe, yeah, okay. But I will say this. If you're in the area of Beaumont and Banning, you're definitely going to want it. It's all you can eat. It's right now $14.99. You got to dine in only, obviously. You can get refills or get more of. I always go wings. Everybody knows that. They also have the fried shrimp. That's the one in the middle. And then riblets as well. So you can kind of mix and match or get what you want again. So pretty good stuff. In Beaumont Banning, they give you a discount. And you're going to love it. Also, the $6 Smoocho Mucho sips are already out. You might as well go ahead and do it ahead of time. It's ready for the time of love coming up around the corner in February. I know a lot of people are breaking up right now. Some people are cheating. Some people are fighting it out. It's a great time to figure out if your person is the right one, especially if they, don't stay with you during the holidays. So that's kind of like an answer. So if you're on the fence on that, I would say get rid of them now because people are looking for love in February. So there you go. Just what's going on in the world.
Oh my God, so many things are going on. Okay, so first off, did you hear about the person that almost got kidnapped from a drive-thru?
You know what? I did not hear it. I saw the footage. It came up again on my. It's amazing how much information I do not get from television anymore. I do not get from the news, but I get from my social media. I saw that and I was like, "What's going on?" It was like a security camera footage. What was happening in the video? Can you describe it for those that maybe have not seen it?
Yes, so it's pretty much a guy goes up to like a fast food place. It looks like it's a coffee shop barista place, drive-through in Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, so he goes up to the drive-through window, and as she's handing him the money, he lunges towards her with a zip tie.
Is that what it
And
was? I thought it was like a bar or something. I couldn't tell. I didn't read the article. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, yeah, I didn't know at first either. I didn't know what it was, and then I started reading, and yeah, it was a zip tie, and it looked like he was trying to like zip tie around her and like pull her through the window, which is absolutely horrifying. I wasn't even aware people would want to try and do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say it's not a way to kidnap. That's number one. Like I've seen a lot of movies. It's like you're right, man. My head like, but you see a lot of movies. You're like, who would try to get someone from the window of a drive-through all of a sudden? That makes no sense to me. Like I get like if he waited, and this is why I say, women, be careful where you're at. Always, always, always watch when you go out, whether it's day or night, because they don't care anymore. Like when you go out and you're like, well, if someone says, hey, you know what? I'm going to walk you to your car, take it. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to be fine. I've had that happen, Jess. People kind of like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, you know what? One time I actually didn't do it. Somebody else recommended it because I didn't want to be that guy, right? Because I'm like, oh, I don't want them to think anything of. But I say this, if you have a feeling, right, just go ahead and walk them out. Now, I will say this. Anyone who would be willing to get you through a window of a drive-thru is already like, what's going on there? Number two, I think they saw the tattoo of the guy on his arm. Number three, I think if anything, like, does she know the guy? Did he just go out some stranger? Is this a guy that's gonna go somewhere else and do the same thing? Is he gonna get kind of like different with it, and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna go and do it differently because that didn't work? Is he trying his hand on it? What of this guy made sense enough to say, I'm gonna kidnap you in a drive-through window, and somehow with a zip tie you're gonna come through the window into my car, my vehicle, or somehow I'm just gonna put that on your, like, you get it? Like, that's weird, Jess.
It does. It's I'm not trying to be like a criminal or nothing, but it's like one of the most ineffective ways. Why would you drag a person through a window? It's absolutely dumb. It's ineffective.
I know
my
women
God.
that would kidnap men. Like, remember that? What's that movie with where she breaks the legs, right? Like, what's that called?
Breaks a leg. I do not remember.
Yeah, he's an author. She's like a stalker.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Misery.
Yeah, Kathy Bates, right? She went weird, right? He went I didn't see the whole thing, but I remember when he's in the bed, he's like, no, this makes sense, and she's like, it doesn't make sense. Don't patronize me. And then she comes at him like, right? Anyway, that's so women got the same thing, man. They think, yeah. Again, don't make them upset. Okay, so, yeah. But what's the follow up on that, Jess?
There's not much follow up on it, just that they have kind of like on the video you can see his tattoo. And also, if you're gonna be a thief or a robber or anything, don't have tattoos. That's just like a go-to. Like, you're like identifiable. It's stupid.
You're like, dude, what's wrong with you? It's obvious. Yeah, and that's why I'm glad there are cameras, like, to help protect people in a way. It's not good when there's already a thing that happens, but I would say this: if the camera got that, I think the right investigators will get, because if you can get his tattoo, you just wait for the guy to go forward, and hopefully it has the license plate. Hopefully it's not too bright on the license plate, so you can see the license plate, and then you got the guy. But yeah, that's. Go ahead, Jess. What are you thinking?
Yeah, no. Hopefully this is why they should have like cameras all around. This way they can like videotape like the license plate footage, or just so that boom, we got him.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. 100%. All right, we need to take a break. Here's a headline. I think it's interesting because a lot of people are feeling the pinch. And it's basically how more breathing room coming for U.S. families. That's a question mark. The answer, no. But anyway, there you go. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Here's to your health with Joshua Lane. Ideas you can use to be healthy and stay healthy. The current thinking about beauty, fitness, and longevity. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Wellness talk you can use. Here's to your health with Joshua Lane on KMET, naturally.
After the game, after school, after work, Applebee's is where you want to be to enjoy their bold, savory grilled steaks, salmon, or chicken. Applebee's is located where Beaumont meets Banning, just off 6th Street near Highland Springs Avenue. Applebee's started with the same philosophy they follow today. Focus on serving good food to good people in a neighborhood-style setting. Applebee's also offers car side to go when you order online. Applebee's in Beaumont, serving the Pass area. So fresh, so fast, make it Applebee's tonight.
Join West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants each Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock p.m. Daryl focuses on successful businesses from California's southern border to Canada, including the great border states of Arizona and Nevada. Every week, Daryl provides in-depth discussions and interviews with prominent leaders and innovators that make all of our lives better and more productive. West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants, Wednesdays at 4 o'clock p.m. right here on Smart Talk Radio.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. hdrinfo.com.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Don't forget, we are on Alexa. Just say, Alexa, I want to listen to KMET 1490 AM. It will play. And, of course, we've got other great programming all throughout the day and all throughout the week, each and every day. So that's a great thing. Now, Jess, I know you were talking about this a little off the air when we were talking, and we were kind of like concerned about this. And I'm talking about Hawk, man. Hawk has got like, what's going on there? Is he okay? What's the situation? But this story is one in which it's like, wow, like you only know like when they report it, but you don't know like the whole thing, right? So now the information's coming in. Here's the headline. Jeremy Renner's 911 caller told operators he lost a lot of blood and begged for immediate help. And then there's a lot of like information in here about that. So for those that don't know what happened to Renner, who plays Hawkeye, you can check it out on Disney Plus right now. And of course, he's part of the Marvelverse, which is why I say he's going to need support. He was airlifted to the hospital after suffering blunt chest trauma and orthopedic injuries. It doesn't sound as big as it was, if that makes sense by saying that. This happened on New Year's Day, beginning of the year, so that's not good. He's been positive, but I feel like in the days ahead, he's not going to be as positive. It's pretty bad. So the sheriff's office responded to reports of a traumatic injury on the highway near Reno, Nevada. So he was in Nevada at the time. According to the mayor, who's a friend of him, the actor had gotten out of his snowplow to help someone in a stranded car. Oh, I didn't know this. Did you know this, Jess? When he was run over by his own vehicle. So he helped somebody else, and his own vehicle. Oh, wow. This is horrible, Jess.
Yeah. I heard how he was trying to help somebody, and I'm I'm trying not to visualize what actually happened.
Yeah, because it says he was helping someone stranded in the snow. That's according to the Reno Gazette Journal. It's a local newspaper. He's always helping others. That makes sense. He's that guy. And it was near his home on the Mount Rose Highway, 25 minutes from downtown Reno. Now, I guess if you think of a plow, you got to think like a tractor plow. If you look at the pictures that he was like before that, he was very used to like in a way shoveling snow and shoveling debris out of the way. So he was helping someone else, but evidently he forgot to put like a park or maybe a sled. I don't know which way it happened. But that happened and then it ran over him 100%. So that's not good. I've been seeing videos on stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, like it's just one of those things. There's no video of that, at least that I know of. But according to this, it ran over his legs and other parts of his body, caused him to lose a lot of blood. So it probably cracked a bone or two, hemorrhaged him, and he's just like horrible, right? Like you think like everything's gonna happen in that moment, right? I wonder what you think of when you're an actor, but you're like an Avenger actor. You're like, well, I guess I'm human 100%. Like any thought of being super out the door, right? Like, not gonna happen. Yeah, that's horrible. And then he went, thankfully they flew him out of there. Literally, it was that extreme because that's when it got real cold. And for those who don't know, Nevada gets really cold. It's desert, so you think heat, but when it gets cold, man, it gets cold, Jess.
Yeah, I believe you on that one. I
Yeah,
believe.
the snowplow was impounded. It's interesting how they put that, like the snowplow is the killer. It was impounded. Dispatch audio obtained by the news outlet showed first responders were initially concerned that weather conditions, thanks to the storm, were going to make access to the accident difficult. At the time of the accident, parts of northwestern Nevada were covered in snow. A New Year's Eve snowstorm in Reno brought more than 3 feet of snow at that time, especially to a nearby resort in Mount Rose Ski Tahoe. After arriving at the ICU after being loaded onto the helicopter at around 9:50 a.m., oh man, early morning, he went under 2 surgeries to address his injuries and remains in a critical but stable condition. Oh, that's when he did remain. Okay, so let's skip forward his situation now. He returned home from the hospital. That's the what we have now. I know you said, are they going to amputate? Is there any information about his leg? Did they save it, or what happened there?
You know what? They're not releasing a lot of information about that. All I see is that he's made it home and he's recovering. So I haven't read anything about how his leg is doing or any other thing like that.
Okay, this is what I have here. So I guess he's on Twitter. I would say, hey, go give him some love there. He responded to a Twitter post from let me see, on Monday, the mayor of Kingstown Star replied to a Twitter post from the show. Outside my brain fog in recovery, I was very excited to watch episode 201 with my family at home. Is that a show he's in?
Yes, it is a show on Paramount Plus. It's called The Mayor of Kingstown or
Oh, I
Kingston.
didn't know that. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
like, what mayors keeps talking for him? I'm like, I was reading the article so wrong. Okay. I'm so sorry. I did not know he was in this show. Okay. So he's promoting while he's at home suffering. Oh, I feel bad for him, man. He's so that guy. He's like a team player. Oh, so he said, outside my brain fog in recovery. Oh, he's even typing wrong. I was very excited to watch episode 201 with my family at home. Oh. Friends and runners say the accident was much worse than anyone knows. Jeremy is very aware of the fact that he almost died out there. The right side of his chest was crushed. Oh, man, Jess. And his upper torso collapsed. Oh, this is the part you don't want to envision, Jess. He had a bad head wound that was bleeding and a leg injury. Oh, that's why his head was swollen. That makes sense. Because when they showed that, I said, that's not good. Then another source said word is the damage to his chest was so substantial it had to be reconstructed in surgery. Oh, Jess, he's not going to act anymore. There's no way. He can't do it. He can't do any movement with that. He's going to be wow. It's going to take at least a few years for him to finally recover, Jess.
Right. I think it's going to be a long recovery depending on how quick he heals. But honestly, I would rather have him just focus on that, get better.
Yeah, he's had 2 surgeries. He'll likely require more in the weeks ahead with his leg. Doctors, space out operations to allow time for the body to heal, and that's the situation right now. He typed out a couple times. He's on Instagram too, so go follow him. Show some support. He says, "Thank you for all your kind words. I'm too messed up now to type, but I send love to you all." Oh, that makes sense. His head is really hurting. You could tell. Yeah, he's gonna need his friends, man. Yeah, it was a piston bully or snowcat. That's what they call it. See, that sounds cool. Like, okay, I got ran over by my snowcat. An extremely large piece of snow removal equipment weighing 14,000 pounds. And that was in an effort to get, I don't know, probably the vehicle moving or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird how it says it here. After successfully towing his personal vehicle from its stuck location. Oh, so he did that. So he towed his personal vehicle because his plow was, and then he helped somebody else out. Oh, God, Jess.
You know what? Accidents can happen every day of the week. I am so glad he's able to survive because every time I go back to like car accidents, I always go back to Anton Yelchin. You remember the Star Trek guy, kid?
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, that's what we talked about.
Way too young. Yeah, way too young.
Yeah, it crushed him in the gate or something like that. I'm like, yeah, that's why you got to be careful. Like you got to be very present because I've had times where it's like you're doing multiple things and then you forget where you put your phone, for example. There's a situation. I'm like, did I put my phone in the wrong area? So you get too many things at once. So you got to be very, 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 very focused, especially now. Yeah, people are really like Mark Ruffalo, who plays Hulk. Asked for fan support and hoping he'd get better soon. He said prayers up for our brother Jeremy Renner on a full and speedy recovery. He posted to his Instagram. He said, please send healing goodness his way. Filmmaker James Gunn, who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. Not liking him right now. He's really slaughtered the DC verse, but whatever. That's my own opinion. I'm going to stick to it. He tweeted out, yeah, he's on Twitter. My heart is with Jeremy Renner. And then he put like the prayer hands emoji. He says, my sweet Jer. Probably, a term of endearment. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. He said my heart is with Jeremy Renner. I got it mixed up. Fellow Marvel star Tara Strong, who starred in Loki, said, my sweet Jer. Loved you for decades, from a senior trip to the MCU. Sending you and your closest healing love, light, and strength for a full recovery. And so everybody's taking to that. Chris Evans, Captain America, wrote, tough as nails, love you, buddy. Put the heart emoji. That's a romance. He's trying to take care of him. Chris Hemsworth, best known for his role as Thor. Awesome. I love that. Speed recovery, buddy. Said he loved your way. The Russo brothers, who directed several of the Marvel movies, said they were sending all their love. It says, sending all of our love, brother, and hopes for a speedy recovery. Paul Bettany. Oh, by the way, you gotta check out WandaVision. Where's season 2, Jess? He played Vision. He's the guy that my mom would be like, oh, I like him. She loved him, and she loved the first 3 episodes. She wants like I think in a way like a I Love Lucy episode of them. Just make it a series, right? He said, love you, mate. Sending you love and healing. Fellow MCU director Taika Waititi said, my brother, I love you. Chris Pratt, who of course Star-Lord, the Guardians of the Galaxy, said, continue prayers your way, brother. Also heart emoji, but did black. That's actually more like, yo. Josh Brolin, we all know him as Thanos, in the Avengers series, said, close but no cigar, you're blessed. Quick recovery, brother. I don't know what he means, close but no cigar. I don't know what that means. Yeah, and there you go. But yeah, if you don't know Jeremy Renner, he's Hawkeye. He's that guy, so he's very normal. He doesn't have any superhero qualities. He usually bands together with Black Widow, and Black Widow loves Hulk, and they kind of take care of each other. They're kind of known for that. I haven't seen the latest. I kind of want to see it, but I kind of don't want to see it because I don't want to get hooked and then be like, I don't think he's going to do anything with action anytime soon. I think there's a way to tie him in, but I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they want to show him as weak. They're going to be like, get back to it. But I think, honestly, he's not going to be able to get back to it. I think he's going to be, in a way, if they could write him in like, he gets disabled all of a sudden, that'll help him heal, and then he could still act. He's a good actor. But he's kind of like in The Office. Kind of like, remember Birds of Prey, where the girl has an accident, and it's in the Arrowverse, right? And she ends up in a wheelchair. He would be that guy. Like, I want to be there with you guys, but all right, let me help you guys out. He would be that guy, I think. I think they could write him in that way, right? Don't you think?
They could, if you were to watch the Hawkeye series, you would know they gave him kind of a send off. So
What do you
would
mean a
have to,
send off? He's not dead, man. He's like, really? Oh, I don't want to watch it, man. Are you saying he's no longer? Who is
No.
killing everyone off, man?
not dead. And
Guardians
what I
of the
mean,
Galaxy last episode
it
ever?
finishes
It's stupid.
it finishes his story. So that's all I gotta say.
Oh, then that's dumb.
It's not the end of the story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter.
Whatever.
Once you watch it,
That means
you'll
he's
understand.
gone. Whatever. All right. They saw no value in Hawkeye. I'm not gonna lie. I never saw value in Hawkeye. I wasn't a big fan of the comic, but
Okay, here, fine. I'll tell you. Okay, so pretty much Phase 4 is all about passing on the torch. So in Hawkeye, he kind of passes on the Hawkeye name to somebody else. Is that what you want me to say?
I don't want you to say. Is that what happened?
Maybe. But it's pretty much Phase 4 is all about handing the legacy over, kind of like how in WandaVision she had the kids. They might come back and be new Avengers. We don't know.
I didn't even know that. That makes sense. Although I don't think they're gonna do that because they made them as though they're not real, and that's where I go. I think like they kind of missed like.
That's how they were in the comic books, though. They didn't start off as real, but then they end up becoming real. It's weird.
I think it would be cool if they are real because they have that like super thing going on, and I think if they take it there. But when I saw Doctor Strange, I said they kind of disbanded it like they weren't real. But I'm like, no, they're real. They're just in a different verse. But then they have a different Ma, which is that girl. So I don't know. Or maybe they split up and like they had Sister, which was like she went multiple and then she kind of lost it. And then I don't know. There's a way to fix it, but I don't know if they're gonna do it. But yeah. So there you go. Long story short, they're killing off like. That's why they did the Chris Evans, and then he handed off the thing to the Falcon guy. You know, and that's a good show, by the way. I really like that. That's with the Winter Soldier. And what's his name? The flying guy. But he like has this whole thing like, should I? And then he does it, and then it goes bad for Cap. And then they have another Cap that plays Cap. But I'm like, okay, and then it's this whole should I be Cap? And you know, so it's kind of interesting. But anyway, they're killing them off in the little series, Jess. That's where I'm going with this. They're killing them off quick.
No. Like I said, once you see everything, you'll be like, oh, it's all about handing down and making new heroes.
I don't want new heroes. I want the original heroes. They saved us, man. I'm going for.
They have bills to pay.
They do, man. Okay, we gotta take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Out the door, in the car, off to work. The same old morning routine. Take a break and stop for hot coffee or a latte and a fresh homemade cinnamon roll or chocolate cream puff. Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning is a locally owned family business with a friendly staff and customers who are always glad to see you. Get your morning off to a great start at Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street right off the I-10 freeway. Serving the Pass area for 22 years. Donut Delight is open at 4:30 a.m. daily.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack Your Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4LAW. That's 1-800-616-4LAW.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We got a lot of things going on. I will say this. People are getting upset at each other, and it's the time for people just to let it go. People are bringing up the past, man, in a weird way. I saw somebody post something about, like, her ex, and, like, he was, like, doing something kind of dumb, and they calling out something about, like, years ago. And she's like, are we not over this? Why are you bringing this up? And then I had somebody that I know, they were like, why are they bringing that from the 80s? That, like, happened so long ago. So I say just let it go. If it's in your hand, just let it go. Let bygones be bygones. Don't even bring it up because it's kind of dumb. And some of the information wrong, too. So it's like, what? Like, why is that happening now? So if you know someone that's like that, you'll understand. This is a headline, Jess. Antonio Brown, I don't know who Antonio Brown is, by the way, but it said Antonio Brown's baby mother calls out Snapchat for allowing him to post explicit images. So you can imagine what kind of images were sent out, Jess.
I do not know who this Antonio Brown is, but I do like Googling stuff. I swear to he's a football receiver. If I'm traumatized, I'm going to blame you, I swear.
You want to see the photos. Anyway, look, here's the thing. So this is the couple, right? Okay. So here this is what it reads. Social media platform Snapchat. We all know it. So I'm not going to lie. I thought Snapchat was kind of dead. Evidently still alive. Has come under fire after allowing explicit photos of Antonio Brown's former fiancée performing a particular act, which was posted on the guy's account. Now, he's ex-NFL. Jess, you okay over there? Did you see what you saw or what's going on there? You're like, I'm blinded.
All I did was Google his name, and I went down on images, and I'm assuming that's what they were talking about. I don't know. I shut it immediately because I didn't know.
You're like, it's getting around, man. Chelsea Kyrus, who evidently shares, she's the woman in the picture, okay? She shares 4 children with this guy. She voiced her disgust with him for violating her privacy. So it's one of those, like, things that you usually do behind closed doors and you think it's private, but it's not. I tell you, ladies, don't do this, man. Don't, because there are certain people that will post that, okay? Now he's not just an ex, he's the father of her kids, so she's got to see him again. But this got out there, she's like, I thought that was just between us. What that, so that's going to happen. And it says, how dare Snapchat for enabling him, but they can't monitor everything, Jess. Somebody took a picture of it, I guarantee, and now it's everywhere. To exploit it for public consumption. It was a very intimate time between the two. They were probably married. She said this on her Instagram story. I might follow her. Very well aware of what's being posted on Snap, I am not in control of his actions. I have asked multiple times to have this part of our relationship to remain private, but he refuses. I reported his page and all pictures. Unfortunately, Snapchat is allowing his to repost. I'm very sorry for any of your kids that follow him and used to look at him as a role model. I do not condone these actions. As you are aware, I have kids involved as well. In other words, they could see it. this. I don't even know how to put it. Like, how do I say it so that we could do it G-rated, Jess? How do you say it so it's G-rated without saying what it is, Jess?
How to say it? You know what? I don't even know. It's
This is why I tell people don't get Twitter. If you have kids, don't let your kids follow Twitter, because Twitter, technically, people can and then you see a picture, you're like, oops. So I have my settings usually on max, because if I have a kid that looks through my phone, I'm good to go. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have that situation anymore, but I had that situation a while back, and I'm like, no. And I told somebody, he was a parent, or I should say he is a parent. I said, look, be careful with that, because people like retweet stuff, and it's stuff that's for adult consumption, right? This would be something that you would see on like a adult website. It's that bad. But again, they did it in private. But you know how some people, like, they take video. So evidently he stored it, and then for some reason he went ahead and posted it. So I don't know if he's trying to get back at her for something, and like, well, this is who you are. But again, they have kids. Did they ever get married, Jess?
I have no idea. I'm afraid to look into this guy. All I have to say is, okay, I got a nicer way of saying it. She was headbutting him in the groin area. Boom.
That's not even G, man. She wasn't headbutting him. It was like, is that what you thought you saw, Jess? Okay. I'm going to leave that there. It says the relationship is filled with publicized moments of turmoil involving both of these people. In 2020, I guarantee everybody's looking up her name right now. Karis filed for custody of their 3 children. That's her. At the time, claiming that his erratic behavior... Oh, so he's been kind of weird since 2020. Oh, yeah, he gets worse. Could potentially keep him from acting in the best interest of their children. I think she has a case now. I would be like, you know what? A, I never gave you permission for that. He'd be like, you did give me permission at the time. And, yeah, but you know what I mean, Jess? I think that's a thing. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah. Couldn't this be, like, revenge? No, I don't know. All I have to say is it's wrong.
It could fall under that, Jess. It could fall under that. Revenge. I don't want to even use that word.
Yeah,
it's a morning show, people. Kairos wrote on social media, said, at this point, the boys and I are working, her kids, on building a new life free from any impulsive, reckless, and unhealthy behaviors. My hope is that Antonio will get help and seek the mental health treatment that he so desperately needs so that he can be the father of his children that they need and deserve. I would say just keep the guy away. He's weird. The fact that he would post that publicly, A, without permission, is not good. And B, he's losing it, man. He's losing it. Just walk away. The co-parents made headlines after she accused him of sending explicit photos to his son. Oh, you do not do that. During a 911 call following a domestic dispute between the two. Oh, like, oh, this is your mom. Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Oh, no. While a warrant would be filed for his arrest on domestic battery charge. Oh, he was that guy. He was never arrested, and she later recanted her abuse. Oh, you never recant. Oh, this is bad, man. This has got from worse to worse. So he sent this, or a picture of a particular thing that this woman did. But again, they have kids together. So it's like father and mother. Who would do that, Jess? That's weird. Anyway, we're out of time.
Yep.
Be careful out there, ladies, and be careful out there, people, because people are getting weird. Bye, everyone.